Barnaby, in your answer, can you address this? Because it's been brought up this morning. Your boss, Pauline Hanson, is under fire for not showing up to work enough. The Australian newspaper is reporting that they've crunched the numbers. She apparently missed 88% of Senate estimate hearing days. That's in the last 10 years. She's also missed 12 days of Senate sittings since the last election, including a week because of a suspension for wearing the burqa. Do you think someone who's paid more than $300,000 a year should be missing that much work?
Okay, I'll get to that. First thing is we'll get rid of the Climate Change Department. We'll get rid of climate policy so that we can actually open up the reindustrialisation of Australia. We'll build coal-fired power stations again because we're not embarrassed about using coal. Seeing we've got one of the greatest coal reserves in the world, yet we don't want to use it. We'll remove the legislation so people can build nuclear power plants. Whether they want to is up to them, but they can. We'll have the policy to get doctors out to hospitals because he talked about the urgent care clinic. Yes, we have at times. It's a bit hard to get to be quite frank, but we have other hospitals without doctors. It's a very new concept for Australia. Hospitals without doctors. We'd make sure that we'd bin your budget because your budget is a disaster. It's not actually going to help people get into a home. It's going to push people who rent out into the street. Even one factor of it, you've got it that you don't get capital gains tax free for housing blocks on 5 acres because it's got to be 2 hectares, which is 2.471, which is less than 5 acres. Out here, where, to be quite frank, there are a lot of people who do it really tough. Their house is on a 5 acre block. So all of a sudden you've decided that they're going to be poorer. That's your solution to them. And going back to Pauline
on the working days
issue,
to finish up, yes, Barnaby?
I think it's really important that people understand that the committees are chaired by either Labor or the Coalition. One Nation doesn't get to chair committees, and so it's obviously they get swayed to what they want to do. And there are times where for One Nation they sit in there and it's just gobbled up by the government giving the talking points, as we hear every Monday morning here, the talking points, and the Coalition that really struggles, and they're sort of left with the crumbs left over. As a leader of the party, it's not unusual that Pauline gets asked to go to a range of things, as does the leader of the Labor Party, as does the leader of the Liberal Party. And Pauline is the leader of the most popular polling party in Australia. She's going to get asked to a lot of issues.
Okay, there you go. That's the answer to that.
We turn up to Parliament, though.
Okay.
Back to the talking points.
Well, that's the answer to
talking points, Tanya.
To that question. Thank you very much. I think you've both had your say on that. We'll see you next week. Here's Sheva.